And well, for more on this, Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, is now joining us on the broadcast. Hi, Siddhant. There has been reactions coming in from all across the world. The fact that India has always informed its allies and the need and the diplomatic finesse of India informing its allies at this point of time. Tell us more.
Well, it has been a packed day. We saw how there was a briefing by the Indian side, the Indian Foreign Secretary briefing along with women military personnel on the Indian strikes in Pakistan against the terror camps, both in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. And it is expected that diplomatically as well, there will be a lot of changes, movements, engagements. You can use any term, but one thing is for clear that the next 24 hours will be crucial for India to see who stands with New Delhi and who doesn't. Now, we know that the countries across the world, whether it is China, whether it's US, whether it's Panama, UAE, Qatar, they have already commented, Turkey as well. But we know that a lot of movement or developments can now happen at the United Nations Security Council, where Pakistan is a non-permanent member of the UNSC and could try to rake Kashmir or the situation in the Indian subcontinent. We have already seen a meeting on Monday, but it was a closed-door consultation that ended without any major outcome. The UN Secretary General, of course, made his comments terming that the relationship, the situation has reached a boiling point. But India's view is clear that when it comes to cross-border terrorism, there will be zero tolerance and India will make strikes, and India has done so. We know that Pakistan is still recovering from essentially not only the strikes but the Indian military engagement at a very short notice in many senses, because today was a day it was expected here in India that mock drills will happen across the country. That, of course, is something that we are still awaiting for the visuals. But when it comes to Pakistan, visuals have been pouring in from all across the country and from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as well of the Indian strikes. What we are now waiting for an address, the address by the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, who will be addressing the country, Pakistan, at around 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. That's approximately almost 1 hour from now, and it will be closely watched as to what he says. We have already seen a Pakistani statement after a key security meeting in which it was mentioned that Pakistan, of course, will act as per its own convenience. So that means that there could be an escalation, but it is now up to Pakistan whether it goes up to the escalation ladder or the de-escalation ladder, because this is something that Pakistan has to now decide. It will, of course, take into account its own military calculations, but also its own domestic constituency as well. In fact, the Indian strikes come just 2 days before the 9th of May anniversary, the protest by Imran Khan and his party PTI a few years ago, and we have seen almost on an annual basis that 9th May is something that witnesses a lot of protests across the country. So, of course, the PTI party in the country itself will be trying to slam the army, but the army, of course, has to also show that it is up to the mark. So there are a lot of permutations and combination to overall give you a sense, but here in New Delhi, it has been fairly quiet for last few hours.
Right, Siddhant. Operation Sindoor was primarily non-escalatory in nature because there were no civilians harmed, no military infrastructure was damaged, just terror targets were wiped out. And the world leaders right now, while they are backing India and New Delhi's right to self-defense, they're also urging for global restraint, especially from Pakistan's side. What will it take for Pakistan to realize that diplomatic solution is the best option that they have?
Well, I'm not very hopeful when it comes to Pakistan's position on a diplomatic solution. Pakistan has been a country that has been an exporter of terrorism, whether it's India, whether it's Afghanistan, whether it's Iran. We saw in past few years there have been strikes from Iranian side into Pakistan after terrorists from Pakistan had indulged in terror attacks in Iran. We have seen similar complaints from Afghanistan. China, of course, remains an important backer of Pakistan. We have seen the Chinese statement as well, and it is not a clear statement in terms of condemning cross-border terrorism. It's a statement that is to basically generically say that we condemn violence and terrorism, but also putting an important, perhaps a word that will be duly noticed here in New Delhi, that they regret the Indian strikes. But there is a context to it, that the Indian strikes happened in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack in India, and India wanted to make sure that there is a retribution, and essentially there should be a cost on Pakistan to harbor terror groups. So that is what India has been saying. The Indian framework in terms of conversation, the narrative that has been here is, of course, that Indian actions have been against the terror camps, and the visuals speak for themselves. The visuals have been released that how the Indian side neutralized the terror camps, and I really do not remember in the past that India ever did so. The fact that the Indian side has issued these visuals show that how India was keen to take the strikes in Pakistan.
Right, Siddhant, please stay with us. We have another breaking news coming in. We'll come back to you in just a few minutes from now. Stay with us.